looky here. It's the Pat and JT podcast.
Pat and JT podcast.
Dad was talking about he meets the boys at Subway early in the morning. They all go have coffee.
Yeah,
and so it's kind of like a round table, and people coming and going. And so he'll go down there for like maybe half an hour, and there'll be guys there when he gets there, and then he'll leave and other guys. It's just like this constant
different shift,
revolving door of the town's thinkers. And and so he was saying though that one of the guys just started listening to our podcast on our website.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it's a guy. I've known him for a long time, but he just figured it out. He found it. He found the website, and he knew there was a podcast, and he hadn't really hadn't started listening.
Tried
to
it.
Hadn't tried it yet.
Just that it's called dumbing it down. Just
So anyway, he was listening to our podcast on the website.
well, to all the thinkers in Ashland that are listening
Yeah.
at the Subway, that's awesome.
And so that was a topic of conversation. That was table talk at Subway. So
I
that's
love
cool.
that.
I like that too.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
So we, and my mom listens on the website as well, and she referenced something the other day. She goes, now she was concerned about a link that was on our Facebook page, and I said, well, hold on a second. First of all, you're not on Facebook, Mom. She's like, well, I know. But like when on our website, you can click there's like a link for Facebook, and it'll take you to Facebook. Like it'll just take you to Facebook, and then it'll be on whatever link or whatever comment.
Whatever that, because people always include either Instagram's the same way.
Yeah.
You can go see the picture, but then you can't go anywhere else.
Because you don't have a membership or whatever.
Got
so
it,
there was a cuss word on a link that somebody posted, and
Oh.
she was concerned about it. So and I appreciate her concern. I completely understand. But it was the story was really, really funny about a guy that ate too much X-Lax. It was really laxative. It was hilarious. It's on our Facebook page.
A narrative that's written by the wife. Hilarious. She holds nothing back.
Yeah, and you guys wonder why men are babies when we're sick or not feeling well is because we have zero support. He made a mistake. He ate like quadruple the amount of laxative he should have. It was a mistake that could have happened to anybody. And instead of helping him and being concerned and saying, honey, I am so sorry. Let me sit by you on the toilet while you're pooping everything you've eaten for the last 30 years out. She posts and she makes fun of him.
I can't remember what it was that he was. Did he think it was? He thought it was something else, didn't he?
No, he and it makes sense. On the back of it, it says you're supposed to eat 2 bars of a laxative.
They look like Hershey's chocolate bars. They're shaped like that.
And there's like 6 of them per sheet, and there are 2 sheets. And he thought one whole sheet, long sheet, was 1 bar.
One bar was one serving.
Because it makes sense. I mean, like Twix, there are 2 bars. A laxative thing, 2 bars. You would think 2 bars, not 2 little squares. Say squares.
Break. That's what it should have said. Break off 1 square.
Yes.
That's what it should have said.
Right. You have directions telling people not to use a hairdryer in a bathtub.
See, that's why I have to say I'm surprised that it's packaged that way, because you'd think that they would have it already broken down into the serving size, because it could be a much smaller package that way.
Who needs that many laxatives where they need it like Hershey's
6 squares?
Yeah, 12.
12. That's true.
Or whatever
12
it was.
squares. I imagine it keeps in the fridge.
I
don't know.
You're just begging for a mistake.
So he ate the whole bar.
The whole thing, both of them.
6 servings.
Yep.
Oh, both bars?
Because he was supposed to eat 2 bars, and he ate 1, all 6, the other, all 6. 2 bars.
I forgot what that was.
Yeah.
I was thinking just the one, like one Hershey's.
No,
it's like,
2
God, that's
bars.
a lot to eat. Would you not just question it and say, that's a lot to eat? I have to eat both.
But I'm sure he probably said that to his wife, and she's like, yeah, whatever, honey, whatever. Yeah. Not listening to him. The guy's calling out for help.
You assume, it's then you know what happens when you assume.
Yeah.
But at a
poop
certain
for
age,
48 hours is what
somebody's
happens.
got it figured out. That's awesome.
Okay, so that wasn't expected. Hard segue into talking about how amazing teachers are, just in general. Okay, super hard segue. We weren't planning on talking about laxatives.
We weren't. We were actually, this last couple of weeks, we've talked a lot about teachers because it was back to school time. And everybody's getting back in the groove, or they just started, or it's coming up in the next few days.
Right.
And talk about Kugler Vision. They've got a great thing that's going on right now where when you sign up for your consultation at kuglervision.com, go to your consultation, you're automatically entered to win their contest, which gifts your favorite teacher or school a $250 gift card with, $250 in supplies.
Right.
and a $100 gift card for continued supplies. Plus, you get to keep $150 and a gift card to go to the mark. So, KuglerVision.com, supporter of our podcast. That was kind of like our lead-in this whole month. They've been talking about teachers. And then other things started coming up.
Well, and we talked about the clear the list thing on Amazon, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But and I mentioned yesterday in the previous episode that orientation at Millard West was on Thursday, this past Thursday, and just seeing and teachers, it's like by default. 95% of all teachers are incredible people. Just they have to be to deal with kids that age, with that the stipulations that are put on them and the rules by the state on how what you can teach, can't teach, levels the kids have to be at. Like the pressure is so intense on these teachers, and if they don't perform, they're gone, and they're not making the money they deserve. The classrooms are in general decent. I mean, as far as the stuff that the school provides them, but it's never enough. That's why they have these lists. So walking around orientation on Thursday and meeting these teachers, and some of them I've known, some of them are brand new. They're just so excited to be back. I'm sure some of them may have been drunk, potentially.
I think they were all fine on orientation day.
Well, I would have been hammered had I been. That's why certain people aren't meant to be teachers. I'm not a teacher. Even if not in classroom, I'm just not a teacher of how to log into Facebook or how to do. I can't teach people things. I just don't have that. So for them to be able to teach multiple children with multiple different learning styles.
They need tools too. That's the other thing. They need tools to help them do their job. And it helps them do it. It makes their job easier. And it makes it easier for the students as well, needing those tools.
It's just sad. It's just sad that it's not all of it is provided what they need to get the kids up to the where the state and the school systems demand the kids are. They're not given the tools to get them there, so they have to pay for it out of their own pocket.
I wish that and wouldn't this be just like pie in the sky? When you become a teacher, that you're paid X amount, and that's fine, but you also have a budget for your classroom. And you can spend it on what you spend it on, but you just have to this is what you spend it on. So it's actually spent on classroom stuff. Not that anybody wouldn't, but just for the bean counters that want, you can't just give them money. Well, okay, if they just get a budget that they could use for the year to get the supplies they want. Because every teacher wants different things.
Right.
It's not like the school overlords, if they just said, all right, we're going to give you, these are your supplies. Everybody gets the same supplies. Well, that's not what they need.
Right.
They have their individual ideas, and creativity is part of the process of learning. And by using their creativity, they need different supplies. So, when you're little kids, it's a lot of Elmer's glue. We understand that. But as they get older, they have to come up with other ways to help the kids learn and grasp new concepts.
Yeah.
And so I think that would be cool if they could have some kind of a budget for their classroom for the year.
Why don't we go and pitch that at the next Millard School Board meeting? I bet, that would be.
Yeah, I'm not even going to go down that road.
I just feel they're just great. I mean, teachers are just, in general, even if you're sitting there like, I know a teacher is not very good, whatever, they're still a teacher. Yeah. They're still doing something that, 95% of us can't do and not making very much money. And I just have so much respect for those guys, especially getting to the junior high, high school, middle school, high school age.
The junior high are the ones that I have the most respect for. And I don't mean to put down anybody teaching high school or grade school, but I know a few grade school teachers that are like, oh God, you got no idea. And I know people that are teachers in grade school that used to teach in junior high or middle school. And it's like, that's when things go wonky.
Yeah.
I mean, the kids, their bodies are going wonky. It's just out of control.
Everybody smells.
And all of a sudden they're gaining independence. They rebel.
Their Adam's apples are growing.
And the girls get catty.
We saw a quote unquote friend of Sophia's at orientation. She hadn't seen for a while. And so it's like, I looked at her right in the eye. She didn't even say anything to me. Looked right past me. I'm like, there it is. Where's her dad? So mad.
I'll teach her some manners. Let me go talk to her dad for a second here and get this straight.
A strongly worded email to her father.
I know you won't.
No, I won't.
You said go take care of that, Sophia.
Yeah, she'll be fine. She'll be
fine,
stereotypical.
Absolutely.
I'm starting to say things that my dad, my mom and dad, my grandma and grandpa always said. It's like, doesn't matter. They're fine. They're going to be blah blah when they get older. It's like the same stuff, but it's so all true. It's so all true.
I saw a great post our buddy Heidi, who we got to get back on the podcast someday soon. She made a mention of she was on a trip, kind of like a work-related trip this last week. And so she missed the first day of school. And, she, for some parents, it's like, oh my God, you've got to be there for absolutely everything. I will quit my job if I can't do it. And she said, here's the lesson learned. The kids will not crumble if you miss the first day. Her husband took care of it. Ryan had the kids ready to go. Everybody looked to be dressed and had shoes on that matched, had a great picture of them for the first day. They're a senior, a sophomore, I think, and a fifth grader. And everybody looked fantastic, and off they were going to school.
They survived without mom.
They made it. And she went on a work trip. She had a phenomenal time where she was at. It just happened to coincide. But everybody was able to be, in this day and age too, it's so much different because you can absolutely stay in complete contact when you're gone.
Yeah.
A little FaceTime, some pictures, posts here and there, that kind of stuff. And you're practically right there. So I thought good for her. And she had a lot of people agreed with her too. Said it not put the stress on yourself that you have to be the super parent. It's okay. Yeah. They'll be fine.
Because the kids really, as long as, you're there 95% of the time, the kids don't remember the times that you're not there, that you're there.
Do you remember your first days of school, or is there one in particular you remember, or any that you remember?
I just remember, the only first day I remember a little bit, tiny bit like you of kindergarten, walking in, more afternoon kindergarten.
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing the morning kids and they look so weird. and then I remember.
I was a morning kindergarten, I do believe.
Yeah. See, there's something to be said about
and
that.
I didn't even know there were afternoon ones.
Mm-hmm. We didn't.
So first grade, I was like, who the hell are you?
Right. Why are you coming in my room? Who's
sitting
at my desk?
What are you talking to Mrs. Stickney for? That's my teacher.
and I remember, like 7th or 8th grade or whatever. And it was at that time when my body must have been changing something. And I got a new outfit and I was super excited, but it was a sweater and I wore it on the first day of school. And thanks,
new.
Mom, because it was new and it was no air conditioning in Waterloo. It was probably 92. And I just remember being super sweaty.
It was hot in August.
Yeah.
Stop it. Mm-hmm. I remember school though. It's true. We didn't have air conditioning either. And they cracked windows open, that's back when you could. I don't remember anybody attempting to jump, but they had the windows open. It was a big old brick building. But I do remember like kindergarten, first, second, Mom would always have me out. I have to take a picture of me by this tree because I'd planted the tree for Arbor Day. And so every year I had my picture next to my tree. And my tree was growing, right? So I was dressed in my first day of school, and it was me and one of the neighbor kids because they took turns taking us to school. Right? So me and Tracy was his name. And we would be, get our pictures taken by the tree outside in the yard and then go to school. But I don't remember.
Yeah. So it's okay, Mom.
I don't remember going into school. I mean, I remember some of my friends not wanting to come to school or not wanting to be left and throwing a fit, and every day having to be reintroduced to all their new friends.
Yeah. I don't remember being that. I don't remember that.
There was no trauma. I was like, see you, Mom. Run across.
Which that can in and of itself be traumatic as well. When the first time the kids left for school and they just like, Bennett was upset, didn't want to go. Sophie's like, deuces. And she just ran in. I'm like, what? Wait.
No tears? Wait.
What? That's how I felt when Bennett drove. When Bennett drove for the first time himself just a few months ago. I'm like, I haven't had one call from him needing a ride anywhere. And it kind of sucks. I mean, it's great, but it kind of is like, well, he met us at orientation last Thursday. Met us there. Mind blown. It's the best. It really is the best.
I love that. That's awesome. I didn't even thought about that.
Yeah. I didn't think about it either until we were talking on the phone.
You've got all this time on your hands. You don't have to go get him. You don't have to take him anywhere.
Well, I still have one that I have to. But as soon as she gets a license and can get a vehicle in 18 months, it's going to be fantastic.
Now, he takes her around, though. Is he taking her to school?
He will, yeah. When they're at our place, he'll take her in the mornings. And when she's at her mom's, she'll just walk. They're like a block and a half from school.
Oh, my God. That's crazy.
Yep.
Wow. So, you got a lot of free time on your hands.
Yeah, you think, I said, as soon as they're a little more independent, I'm going to get a 6-pack. Not of beer, of my abs. And that has not happened in
You've got a 6-pack of beer.
I've got a 12-pack of beer.
Actually, a 6-pack of wine bottles.
Right. Whatever. With more time, we fill it with more crap.
Yeah, right? I know it. That's exactly right. Oh, my gosh. Well, good deal, though, at least. And for the teachers, too. Let's go back to the teachers real quick. We were going to talk about clear the list. And a lot of teachers have their list of things that they'd like to get for their classroom. And we were introduced to a lot of the teachers thanks to Barb. Again, we'll give her a shout out. But we're going to put something together. And so what we need you to do is send us your list. Send us the link. You can do it via Messenger, Facebook. If you want to just post it on Facebook, maybe we can put a post up and they can put it there.
Sure.
But we're going to gather them and put them on our website so that it's just like, we're talking about, and there is a website as well. We talked about that too. We've had that posted that is for Clear the Lists Midwest. And then you can go through and pick Nebraska and then go through and find your city and then go through and find
That's cool. Okay.
So
good.
there is that as well. But if anybody wants to, we'll certainly put it out there too. It doesn't hurt
Right.
to put it out there again.
And nobody can tell us not to because
Nope.
this is our own deal.
That's right. HR said it's fine.
Right.
That's me.
It's fine. We're good. HR is also IT, is also janitorial, which I was
Yes.
pissed this morning when I went in the bathroom thinking, our trash people have not emptied this garbage. I'm thinking, like Bo Pellini said, if you're going to point the finger, you got to point the thumb.
There you go.
This guy.
There you go.
I took our trash out from our little kitchenette yesterday. Pick it up, took it out, set it on my front seat, drove over to the trash, got out, and coffee. Drip, 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 drip. I will not throw away coffee from a Buc-ee's cup anymore in there.
Thank you.
I just threw it and so mad.
See, now you know what the people felt like they were cleaning up after you at the other businesses.
Yeah, I know.
That's terrible.
I know it's terrible. I know, and I learn. We're all creatures of learning. That's what Oprah says. So we're all learning all the
I
time.
liked when he's getting ready to take the trash. He's like, "Where's the dumpster?"
Right. What?
I said, "Go down to the end of the next building, take a right. It's hidden behind a really pretty brick wall.
It's right there.
There's
Found
the
it.
dumpster, so you're good to go."
All right, you guys, thank you for listening to our podcast.
God.
It's Pat and JT. Anywhere, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Our website, patandjt.com. You can listen there. Thanks.
Pat and JT Podcast. A Parkville Media Production.